Hey, what's going on, True Blazer fans? It's Tori, and I'm back with another game recap. This is for the game a couple nights ago, where the Portland Trail Blazers beat the Los Angeles Clippers. So in the previous game recap, I asked you guys for some feedback as to how you wanted me to structure these game recaps. What did you want me to go over? What did you want me to talk about? And basically, I did so envisioning a structure that I use each time I record, because basically, I've been recording these game recaps where I just sit in my truck or sit in my garage and just come up with it as I go, which is pretty tough. So you guys gave me some great feedback, and I really appreciate all the feedback and all the support that you guys have given not only me but this channel as a whole. It was really cool to go down there and read some of your guys' comments, so I thank you guys. I might not reply to everything, but I do read every single comment you guys leave. So basically, these game recaps are going to be structured based off that feedback that you guys gave. So I'm not really going to go over the game. If you want to see how the game progressed, go watch Eric's full highlights that he drops for every single game. I'm also not going to recite stats unless it's a big stat or I'm going over that specific player. That's just because you guys can easily find the stats online or on your phone. It's easy to access stats, so there's no reason for me to go down a box score for 2 or 3 minutes just to read off stats. That's some feedback I got from you guys. That was good advice. So basically, I'm just going to jump straight into my takeaways from this game, and this is going to be a little bit shorter of a game recap because I didn't really find anything different than the stuff I've been talking about for the past few games. I do think playing against Los Angeles Clippers does expose our pick and roll coverage. Lou Williams loves mid-range shots, and we gave him as many mid-range shots as he wanted coming off that pick and roll. Also, sagging that big, it allows the guard dribbling the ball to get deep into the paint and make wraparound passes to the trailing big man. There was multiple times where Lou Williams drove deep into the paint and then wrapped a pass around Jusuf Nurkic, and that resulted in an easy dunker layup for Montrez. I've always said I want us to switch up pick and roll coverages based on the opponent that we're playing, and this is an example why. Lou Williams isn't the quickest player, and he's not a terrific ball handler that's going to shake his way through double teams. That seems like the type of guy who it might be good to blitz, especially because he's playing with a pick and roll big in Montrezl Harrell who doesn't like to pop, who doesn't like to shoot, so he's not going to be a great outlet to relieve pressure, pop into the three-point line, and if he's rolling to the hoop, it's hard to make that pass through a double team. So this personnel is the type of team that I would have liked to see us experiment with blitzing the pick and roll, but we didn't really do that. We let Lou Williams get his comfortable mid-range looks, and we let him make wraparound passes. It didn't result in a loss, but if we did lose, that is definitely something I'd look at and say, why didn't we try and experiment with a different pick and roll coverage? Second thing of note, this was Portland's 8th win of at least 10 points. This is a team that always struggles to put away teams, and even in seasons where they'd win 49 games like last year, you'd have a lot of single-digit wins. This year, however, it's a different story, and that's a sign to the way that I think this team has improved. We're actually putting away teams. Even if we're struggling throughout the game, we're pulling away late in the fourth quarter instead of losing ground. Portland has a point differential of +10. That means, on average, they're winning games by 10 points. That's the 3rd best point differential in the league. Given that we've been pulling away and playing strong late in games, I haven't really noted the fact that throughout the first 3 quarters so far this season, it seems like whenever we do get a 10-point lead, we seem to give it up right away. It happened against Washington, it happened against Miami, I think, it happened against Los Angeles Lakers in both games that we played them. It also happened with the Los Angeles Clippers, it happened with the Milwaukee Bucks. It seems to happen almost every game, and you don't really notice it because in the end, we end up making that final run and finally pulling away. I just want to see us maintain a 10-point lead throughout a game. Especially since we have a very good bench, we shouldn't have those roller coasters, those highs and lows, because the bench maintains a very high level of play. So I want to see us be a little bit more consistent in our high level of play. That being said, to be able to pull out these games, we are playing at an extremely high level for stretches to be able to win these games consistently by 10 points while giving up runs at the same time throughout the game. It's just to the point, though, that we can be up 20 in the first half and I still don't feel comfortable, and that's due in most part to past years, but this year hasn't really helped resolve that for me. So I said I wasn't going to talk about player stats, but I am going to talk about a couple team stats because it kind of makes the point that I'm about to make. The Clippers actually outshot us 46% to 41%. We outshot them at the free throw line, though, We shot 93%, 26 for 28. They shot 75%, 15 for 20. That was the deciding factor in this game. Yes, we did get more free throws, and the refs were pretty bad. They missed a lot of calls. The Clippers were playing very physical, so I do think we should have gotten even more free throw attempts than that. But our free throw shooting is absolutely phenomenal, and it's so far the best in the league, around 86%. That's an amazing percentage for a team. A couple of the reasons why our percentage is much better than last year: Jusuf Nurkic is hitting free throws at a much higher clip. He went from 63% last year to so far shooting 79%, which is a very, very good percentage for a big man. Zach Collins has also seen a lot of improvement. Last year he shot 64% from the free throw line, and I thought that was an aberration based on how well he shot in college and him being a good shooter. This year so far he's shooting 85%. So those two big men drastically improving their free throw percentage is huge, especially late in games. It's really nice not having a bad free throw shooter on the team right now. Jusuf Nurkic is probably the worst free throw shooter at 79%. Maybe Al-Farouq Aminu, but he's a mid-70% shooter as well. Making free throws wins close games. So the fact that we're hitting free throws at such a high rate is very promising for the rest of the season. We also did a very good job taking care of the ball in this game. Only 6 turnovers, that's a very good amount. Usually you want to keep them under 10, so 6, especially against a team that's playing physical defense and playing up. That's very impressive from the Portland Trail Blazers. If they can hit free throws like that, and they can take care of the ball like that, then you give yourself a lot of leeway to win a game, even if you're having a bad shooting night from the three-point line or from the field in general. So anyway, True Blazer fans, that's all I got for this game recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to show your support, you guys can donate to us on Patreon. We are looking to provide perks in the future, but we don't have anything yet. Nothing is guaranteed. But if you like the content and really want to help us out, that's a way that you can do so. Anyway, I hope you have a great weekend. This has been Tori. Peace out, True Blazer fans. Go Blazers.